Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Karen, the Geordie Grandma, and for my first video I thought I would do a bit of a makeup haul. For my birthday last week, I was 56. The kids bought me a gift voucher, so I thought I would spend it on makeup, which I seem to have developed a bit of an addiction to recently. So I'll talk you through what I bought, all the makeup I bought, and then I'm going to show you I'm actually wearing today. So you can see what it looks like. And if I'm not looking straight into the camera, it's because I'm not used to doing this, so hopefully I'll get a bit better at it. So the first thing I bought was a foundation, and this is what from the Body Shop. I'm trying to move all my makeup over to cruelty-free products, so I headed for the Body Shop to try out some of their stuff. And the assistant in the shop kindly did a colour match on my skin, so that was really helpful of her. So I got the Fresh Nude foundation in Barley Vanilla, and it says it is, I can't actually read the writing on the bottle without my specs on, so I've wrote it down so I can just tell you a little bit about it. It's a fresh nude foundation. It says it gives a nude glow finish and 24 hours fresh moisture. It's a semi-matte foundation with a light to medium coverage, and it was £16 for 30 mils. It comes in 17 shades, and I've got quite a pale complexion, so I got one of the lightest ones. And it says it's enriched with English rose water and aloe vera, so that sounded good. It goes on quite well. I've actually used it with a foundation brush and with my fingers, and it goes on nicely with both. I haven't tried it with a Beauty Blender sponge, but I might try that next time and see if it makes any difference. But I quite like the finish of it. So that was the foundation. Maybe I should have mentioned the primer first. I bought a Revolution primer because Revolution is also cruelty free. And it says Ultra Face Base Primer, 24-hour makeup protection. Now, I guess it kind of makes sense to use a primer under foundation. My husband's a painter and decorator, and he always primes first and then puts gloss on the top. So I guess that makes sense. So the primer was £5 for this tube. It's a clear liquid, so it just looks like a gel consistency, if you can see that. And it goes on quite nicely. I let it dry a little bit before I put the foundation on top of it, so it went on quite well. The next thing I bought was a loose face powder. Now, I haven't really worn face powder in the past, but I have been watching a few videos online, particularly Angie from Hot and Flashy, and she always talks about face powder to set your makeup, so I thought I'd give some a try. I also got this from the Body Shop. It is just a loose powder. It's not quite translucent. It's in shade 02. I think they do 2 shades of it. It's got a nice little sifter there to tip the powder into the lid and then dip your brush into it. And I think that just helps just to set your foundation a little bit and to stop the shine, which is quite nice. So I'll keep on using that. I also bought some concealer. This is e.l.f. concealer, which I bought in Superdrug, and this was £5. I forgot to mention the face powder was £12.50 for that little tub. I thought I'd give concealer a try because I have seen other people using this on YouTube videos. So I thought I'd have a go of it. And this is e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. Now, when I tried them on my hands, this is quite a, it says it's light peach. It comes with a little doe foot applicator there. And I put it on my hand, and it's a very, I don't know if you can see that, hold on. It's a very pale colour. And when I put it under my eyes, I was like, whoa, that's very, very bright. And I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing. Initially, I did use the applicator to put it on, and I put it right under my eyes, and it was far too much. I looked like I had snow on my face. So this morning, I put a little dot on my hand, and then I used that just on the fingertip to put on the dark bits under my eyes, and then put it all around. So hopefully that's lightened it up a little bit. Don't know if it's done it completely, but maybe I'm not using it correctly. But I'll continue with it and see how I get on. So I thought that was quite good. So that was the concealer. The next thing I got was a bronzer palette from Revolution. Now I've seen other people again using it on YouTube, the YouTube beauty bloggers, and I've always thought the bronzer and the highlighters looked absolutely gorgeous in the palette, more like art. You could actually stick it on your wall as a picture. But I really like the colours in here. I think this was the lightest palette. The top one, this one here, is quite an icy colour. This one's got a tiny bit of pink in, then you've got the more rosy pink, and then the bronzy blusher. Now I haven't used this is a bronzer just yet. I'm actually using a L'Oreal bronzer, which I think looks a little bit more natural on my skin rather than the glittery texture that's in the Revolution. But I have used this on my eyes as eyeshadow, which it says you can do, and I thought it looked really pretty. And I did read on the website, if you wet it, it gives like a very metallic shine to your lid, so I may try that out one day. I've used the pink, this pinky highlighter as blusher, which I thought looked quite nice. I'm never quite sure if I put enough blusher on, but it's enough for me. So if you can't really see it very well on camera, I have got it on. And I've used a little bit of this highlighter here, just as like a highlight on the cheekbone, so I've got a little bit of a shimmer, which I thought was really nice. So I'm quite impressed with that, and that was only £4 for that, which I thought was a nice price, because I don't like to spend a lot of money. So that was the highlighters. I also got an eyeshadow palette. Now I absolutely love the look of eyeshadow palettes. I don't often wear a lot of makeup because I'm a reseller, so I work from home most of the time, sitting in the house, or if I'm outsourcing, I'm usually at car boots or charity shops, which just really doesn't warrant a face full of makeup. So sometimes it's nice just to play around with makeup, and occasionally I'll just put makeup on first thing in the morning, like a full face. It makes me feel a little bit more motivated, and it just makes you feel better, really. So I picked up the Soph Revolution palette, which has 24 colours in it. And like I said, I absolutely love them. Look at those colours. Gorgeous. It's just, there's so many colours. I really didn't know where to start with it. Like I say, I don't often wear a lot of makeup. But I thought I'd give it a go because I've seen other people doing it. So I thought I'd give it a try. And this morning I've used some of the beige colours. So I started with this light one here, and then I've used this one and this one, and I used a little bit of this dark one here just to darken up the corners of my eyes, and I'm quite impressed with it. It goes on quite nicely. I used a I think this is Barry M. I've used a Barry M lid lock before I put the eyeshadow on. It apparently helps the eye makeup stick to your eyes, which I must admit it does work, and I quite like that. And I think that was only about £4 or £5 when I bought it. I didn't buy it at the same time as the rest of them, but as that's what I've used, I thought I'd show you that as well. So I absolutely love this eye palette. It's got a little sheet on that you can lay over the top of the eyeshadow so you can see what your colours you're using. So you've got everything from Penguin to Nightmare, which are really good colours. And I actually used this Nightmare colour. I got this tip from Caroline, Mrs. M, who has a YouTube channel. I used a bit of this just on a little brush to line the waterline of my upper lid rather than putting eyeliner on the top of my lid, which I thought was a much nicer idea because my eyesight's not brilliant and I can never see what I'm doing. So to do the to put the colour on your waterline was much easier for me. So I used that Nightmare one to do that. So I'm going to have a bit more play with those eyeshadows and use some more of the colours, and I'll hopefully come back and let you know what I thought. So that was the eyeshadows I bought. that was only £10 from Revolution. That's a fantastic price for the amount of eyeshadows on there. I also bought an eyeliner when I was in the Body Shop, just a silvery grey eyeliner, and I used that on the bottom waterline of my eye just to give it a bit more definition. And I think that was only £4. Body Shop were having a little bit of a sale, so some of these colours I don't think are available anymore. So I was quite pleased to get that one because I like the silvery grey colours. I also bought a mascara. Now, I never had much luck with mascaras. They seem to either be clumpy or they just don't do anything for my eyelashes. I've got very thin eyelashes anyway, so it takes a lot for them to show up or anything. This one is a Body Shop Lash Hero in black. It actually says it is Madagascar Onyx, but it's black. I quite like the brush. It's a bristle brush. It's a bristle brush rather than a plastic one, and it does go on quite nicely. I can't speak this morning. It goes on quite nicely on your lashes, and it says volume, length, and conditioning, eye widening lash reviver. Now, as I say, my eyelashes are quite thin, but that one worked quite well. It worked better than some of the others I had, so I quite liked that one. And that one was, I'm looking at my book to see the price. The price of that one was £6, so that was quite good. The last thing I bought, I think, was the lip gloss. Now, I've got a box full of lipsticks upstairs. I must have about 30 lipsticks, and every time I buy a lipstick, it looks great when you put it on your hand, but then when I get it home and I try it on my lips, it just looks wrong on my face. It looks too dark. I don't know whether it's me lips are too thin, or I don't know what. Maybe I need some Botox. But anyway, I got this one. It is a little bit pinky, but I quite like it. I hadn't realised it was a matte lip gloss until I got it home, but that's because my eyesight's not brilliant, and I wear glasses for reading, but I don't wear them when I'm in the shop, so sometimes I pick up the wrong thing. But this is a matte lip liquid, and the colour is, I think that says Thai Pie Orchid, and it's very pinky. It's got a nice applicator brush, and it's like a candy pink. So I didn't put very much of it on. I kind of put it on a little bit with the brush and then rubbed it in with my finger, just so it wasn't so bright on my face. But I quite like that, but I may have preferred a little bit more glossy, so I might have to try a glossy one next time. The only other thing I've used that I didn't buy when I went makeup shopping with my gift voucher, I've used today a Revlon eyebrow pencil. My eyebrows are getting quite grey now, as is my hair. So I thought I'd try a little bit of eyebrow pencil on them, just to darken them up, just to finish the look. I haven't put a lot on, just a very small light smudge of it, and then brushed it out with the little bristly brush thing that's on the end. So hopefully that finishes my makeup off. So that was all of the makeup that I bought with my gift voucher. Thanks very much to my kids for buying me that. I really enjoyed the shopping trip with my daughter to buy it all. And I can't wait to go out and buy some more. As I say, I've become quite addicted to makeup in my 50s. But that's not a bad thing. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll get better at them. If you did like it, leave a comment or give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from me, just click the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.